In implementing this strategy, action, and maybe actualizing this strategy and plan for this year, what do you do with the people, and the people? Some companies are saying, listen, I mean, it's always sometimes the employees are the biggest cash short. Anytime there's a restructuring, you want to tap the people first. What do you do with the people?
I think you have to look at it from the way companies and company expenditure are structured, or any business expenditure is structured. Some people just divide it into three. Generally, when the component that you spend on staff cost, and don't just limit staff cost to the amount of salary you pay staff, because staff cost will include the other indirect benefits that staff get. So, for example, if I pay you 100 cedis, that will mean that the actual 100 cedis, which is the net you receive, will include also that which is part of your income, which may be the PAYE I have paid to the government, the social security, my component and your component, all that. You go to hospital and all those things. So the total cost to the employer may be about 120 cedis. Yes, I'm just using a ballpark figure. Now, that component, the total staff cost, is generally about a third or less. And then you have administration and all other costs being about a third. Ideal business should have that structure, and therefore the third will go to profits, out of which you pay tax, and then there will be the distribution to shareholders. Of course, it doesn't follow this line, especially for SMEs. But the moment your income cost or your staff cost to employees crosses more than 30, which is a situation for more than 60% of Ghanaian businesses from my experience, you are running into a problem. Now, if you have a situation where people are not spending, a lot of people are not buying, and you are maintaining the same amount of staff, your staff cost is going to go up as a proportion of your total income. That's very obvious. So yes, the people. I don't expect many people to increase employment, one. I expect some to reduce employment, which will then create more problems for the country in terms of unemployment. And people to then find all kinds of ways of reducing their expenditure. So it's going to make quite a lot of challenges for the companies, because employees are going to go home to some extent. You have situations, even the employees who are working are also confronted with the increase in inflation. The last time I checked, it was around 45 or so percent. And therefore, their cost is going up. They are struggling to come to the office. If you look at the consumer price index, the amount they spend on transportation is quite high. Their rent may be going high, but you are not able to increase their salaries. That's the kind of situation that we face. So, again, the stress of employees, and then the stress on the employer or the managers, who are a lot of these middle class people who have savings in bonds and treasury bills, who are not now facing the challenges of managing their employees, but also their personal life, where they are not getting return on their own investments. It's going to be a stressful time.